Hey everybody, my name's Aaron. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is my official review on the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL. Sorry it took so long to get this video out here. I had a lot of life things come up, a lot of traveling, friends, family, work, you get it. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to the review. Let's go. When Google entered the smartphone race over a year ago, as an Android fan, I was more than excited. I was a part of all the hype, I watched all the videos, and I craved getting my hands on one of those beautiful devices. Unfortunately though, I fell victim to the not enough units curse, and I ended up never owning one. Move forward only a year, and Google released the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL lineup, and I made sure I finally got my hands on one. But was the experience everything I hoped for? Or is the Pixel 2 XL a phone that meets expectations in many ways, but falls short in some of the most critical ways? My name is Aaron Milius, and this is the Google Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL review. Let's start off this review by stating something I think every other reviewer has stated. Most of what I say in this review is for both the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL, but for the vast majority of my time I've been in the Pixel 2 world, it's been with the XL, so that's what I'll be speaking to the most. So much controversy has surrounded the Pixel 2 XL this year, and I think it's one of the first things we should get out of the way when starting this review. That screen. First of all, let's address the blue tint. It is real and it is obvious. Honestly, you will likely notice it immediately, but here's the truth about the blue tint. It doesn't bother me. That's so weird coming from me since I personally nitpick screens all the time, since it's what you look at so often, but honestly, it just isn't visible enough times to bother me, and when it is, I still truly forget it's there. That's not a pass for Google by any means, and a phone that cost me $1,159 should not have this problem, but I can live with it. The other problem that is noticeable on the screen is the supposed grain. It's hard to explain what to look for or how to show this off, but once you see it, there's no unseeing it. On a blank background of any sort, like for example if you open up Instagram, as you scroll, you'll notice what looks like dust or dirt on the screen, since it stays in the background while you scroll. It's that grain everyone's referring to. This is more annoying to me than the blue tint, but since most of the time you still won't notice it, I think it's something I can live with. Next on the list of problems everyone's talking about is the screen burn-in. I didn't have this problem during my first week, and I was so hoping it was a fluke on other devices. It truly hurts me to say this, but yes, I too suffer from that burn-in that everyone speaks of. One thing to take note of is that even though the phone has it, you can't see it unless there's a solid image covering the bottom portion of the screen where those pixels are. Since generally, if this area is unused, it will change the color black. You won't see it since OLED screens turn off pixels when a black color is needed. When it's not off, it's nearly impossible to see. So realistically, it's less of an issue than I would have thought, but again, it's only week 3 with this phone. Who knows how bad this will be in 1 year's time. Lastly, not screen related, people have complained that when they're on phone calls, they hear a crackle coming from the phone speaker. Luckily, out of all the problems, finally one I can happily say is not on the list of items I suffer from. Alright, I know that doesn't sound like this review is going well given all the issues, but fear not, there's plenty the device got right. Still on the display, I just wanted to add that aside from its issues, it's still a very beautiful display, with plenty of brightness to see in sunlight, and also the new color modes available really help the screen pop. On the outside of the phone, you'll feel a metal body coated in some sort of plastic. At first, I thought I would be disappointed by this, but it actually feels really nice in the hands, being incredibly grippy and pretty slip resistant. It does feel a little brittle though, which worries me in case of a drop since it definitely seems like it's going to shatter. Also, it doesn't have that premium look and feel like the Essential phone had, or like the iPhone, but it's still a pretty solid feel overall. On the back of the Pixel, that Pixel stripe has been made smaller, which I think was a good design decision. The fingerprint sensor is in a good spot as you might expect, and it performs just about as fast as I think would be possible. Next to that, you're only going to find one camera, which was an interesting decision, and I'll have more on that later. But the camera does stick out just the slightest bit, which is honestly very annoying, because it does hit whatever surface you place your phone on, every single time. I don't like that about this phone, and I'm constantly worried about placing the phone down too hard and cracking the glass in front of the sensor. The front of the phone, you'll find that front-facing camera, and, yes, it actually happened, dual front-firing speakers. Finally, a flagship that put them in the front. See, it isn't that hard. Speaking about those speakers, they sound great. Very loud and give a full sound. The charger that charges this phone is a nice 18-watt USB-C to USB-C charger. As you would expect, yes, it does charge this very quickly. Like the Essential, and like all new iPhones, the Pixel 2 and the 2 XL both have abandoned the 3.5mm port. Like I said in my previous review, this is incredibly annoying when you realize you actually need to use it and don't have the included dongle. I guess this is the future of smartphones though, so I'm just gonna have to get used to it, I suppose. On the brighter side of things, this year's Pixel 2 has water and dust resistance. Yay! That's right, this phone is rated with an IP rating of 6.7. That means you can take a dip with your phone in a meter of water for 30 minutes. And also that it's fully dust-proof. This is awesome, and I think every phone should strive to have this. Alright, let's talk about the experience of using this phone. It's fast. Very fast. It's about as smooth as I would have expected a stock Android experience from Google to feel, but it achieves this in such a way that you stop thinking about speed. The phone just does what you want it to do, and you never have to sit and think about how much you hate load times. And yes, gaming is as you would expect as well. Fast, fluid, and lag-free. Well, at least in my experience. For the most part, I try to stay away from specs in smartphones today because I feel like they almost don't matter as much. All top smartphones are fast with good specs. What truly matters is the experiences you have with your phone and whether or not they live up to your standards and expectations. I think this is where the Pixel 2 truly shines. Pixel 2 also has some gestures and shortcuts. If you double tap the screen while it's in standby mode, the screen will turn on. Double tapping the power button triggers the camera. While in the camera, shaking furiously will swap between front and rear facing cams. The new dot feature places dots over your icons that have notifications, and you can press and hold to see them. Similar to Force Touch from the iPhone, the background of the phone also dictates the color of the UI, which is super neat. The At a Glance feature is supposed to give you traffic, weather, and all sorts of other relevant information when you view your home screen. But honestly, I can't get mine to show anything but weather for some reason. The Now Playing feature is something I think is so underrated. I always shout out the music around me now because my phone constantly tells me what's playing. Even crazier, it's always been mostly accurate in my case, including in bars, coffee shops, and even when Stranger Things is playing its theme song on my TV. Crazy. Of course, there's all sorts of other things you'll find just playing with the phone. Like for example, moving backgrounds, which are native and a really cool addition. But one thing for sure I thought would be more gimmicky is that squeeze feature. Like, who wants to squeeze their new $1,000 phone? Well, after a while, I did. It's actually a neat trick to trigger the Google Assistant. They even add this vibration that somehow makes it feel like your phone is indenting when you do. You see, one of the biggest draws to the Pixel 2 and its larger sibling for me was the fact that they added so much AI to the phone. It's something that's not been done effectively by just about every other company out there that's tried it, but something that Google really invested into this phone to make the experience great. And honestly, they nailed it. Google's AI experience truly and finally made my smartphone experience feel, well, smart. But it doesn't just stop in how you use it. They brought it over to something else that I think is very integral to any new phone. That wonderful camera. When you snap a photo on the Pixel 2, it's actually taking around 10 photos within that amount of time. It then uses AI to determine how the photo should look. And let me tell you, I'm blown away by the results of the images it pieces together. Bokeh, colors, dynamic range, autofocus, everything. It's all here, and it's glorious. Okay, I'll stop talking about the photos, and I'll just show you some. For videos, you're going to get a lot of the same great quality you expect, just not at 4K 60 frames a second or at 1080 240 frames per second. The slow motion quality is a bit worse than normal video, but it's acceptable. Low light is also great, except in slow motion, where it seems to darken the image, which can make for some horribly grainy video. Also, I didn't even know there was a 240 frame option until I accidentally clicked the 120 icon at the bottom right, and it changed to 240. So there are some UI options to learn, but aside from that, they did a fantastic job. Again, here are some samples of video, all taken on the Pixel 2 XL. This is, all right, we'll look at something bright. So there's the sun, there's something dark, there's the leaves. Okay, this video is at 4K, 30 frames per second. And go into the darker, and go in the lighter. This video's in 1080 60 frames per second. And then we go into light. We go back. Very quick. So here's Ivan. Here's our drinks. Here's our view. We're eating on top of the world. Alright, this is the rear-facing camera test on 4K 30 frames on the rear camera. Don't know how well it can pick me up, but this is a low-light test. This is a low-light test of the rear-facing camera of the Pixel 2 XL, and a lot of wind right now, so we'll see how it does with sound. There's the sunset behind me. Don't know how that's looking because I can't see the screen. But yeah, so that was 1080-60. 1080p 60 has a harder time adjusting with light. Here's a front-facing test of the Pixel 2 XL. It's front-facing camera. There's a little wind. It's nighttime, so it's low light. So you can see behind me, there's a sunset. Can it focus on the sunset, though? All right, and then I bring it back towards me. Can it find? There it is. All right, one more stabilization test. 0 tripods or anything. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Keeping it as stable as I can while running. All right, so this is the stabilization from the front-facing camera on the Pixel 2. So same test. I'm just start running. Let's see how well you can hold me. I'm holding them as stable as I can in both hands. And I look like an idiot. People in Central Park are like, what is this guy doing? Okay. Woo! Okay, this is an autofocus test on the Pixel 2. Here we go. Hand, that, hand, that, hand, that. And I'm going really close to the lens here. It's incredibly fast, but about at a distance. Here we go. Hand, that, hand. Wow. That is very, very fast. This is a little micro vlog right here, just in case you are thinking of vlogging on this camera. The front-facing camera is really, really good. Like, wow. If this is something that you would do on this camera, this is exactly what it would look like. This is exactly what it would sound like. And yeah, hopefully that's good. They're machine learning as well with the picture. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Google, fantastic job. All right, so that's the end of this micro vlog. And yeah. Overall, my thoughts on this camera is it's probably the best on any smartphone, period. If you want to know more on how the Pixel 2's camera actually works, YouTuber Nat and Friends made an amazing video titled How Google Built the Pixel 2 Camera. And it's incredible. And I totally recommend you check it out when you're done watching this video. Alright, so with all that out of the way, what's left? Let's take 60 seconds to hit the small stuff. Call quality is fantastic, though speaker mode only plays sound through the bottom speaker, which I found very odd on the dual speaker setup. Yes, the Samsung smartwatch phone call issue still occurs. This is, of course, that whenever my smartwatch is connected to my phone, I can't get any audio and phone calls until I disconnect and redial whoever reached out to me or whoever I was calling. But hey, something that is awesome is Samsung Pay does work when the watch is paired to this phone. Something I didn't get on the Essential phone during my time with it. Unlike the original Pixel, Bluetooth on this phone is very good, and I've had no devices drop on it. The battery on these devices do differ, but that's due to the screen size, and you'll generally get the same battery life on both. The battery lasts an eternity, by the way, which has been amazing. With mild use, I've actually gone 2 full days on this phone with a single charge. And lastly, this phone is a phone from Google, meaning support and updates come directly from them, which is immensely satisfying when you know that they're going to be taking care of you. Alright, so let's get down to business. Should you buy the Google Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL? This is tough, because I believe that these phones are for different people. The Pixel 2 has the same speed, amazing camera, battery life, and heck, even a better screen than its larger sibling. But those bezels. You personally have to decide that you don't mind owning a phone that looks like it was made to compete with last year's competition. If you don't, then I definitely recommend the Pixel 2. It's a fantastic device from Google, with great features and a price that I think matches its capabilities. But what about those who enjoy the larger and more bezel-less screens and are looking towards the Pixel 2's bigger brother? Well, this is where I can't tell you for sure. You see, a phone that could cost you upwards of $1,159 for maxed out specs, I don't know if any phone's worth that. But even one step further, with a screen that has as many issues as it does, And for a phone whose experience is so similar to its smaller sibling or to the more premium looking and feeling Essential phone, which, by the way, only costs $499 for the same spec sheet, I don't know if I can recommend it. So here's what I think. Is the phone worth what it's priced at? No way. But do I think it's a good phone? Yes. In fact, I think it's the best phone made from Google themselves. So I do recommend this phone, but only if you're a diehard Google fan and want the absolute best experience on a smartphone with larger bezels and are willing to pay top dollar for it. If that's not you, I say either go with a smaller sibling, which is still the same experience, just with less screen, less burn in your wallet, or go with the Essential phone. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. And hey, while you're down there, get subscribed as to not miss another one of my videos. And be sure to leave a comment letting me know if you got the Pixel 2, the XL, if you kept it, or if you went with another phone, like the Essential. Oh hey, look at that! I have a review on that too. While you're sitting here deciding what to buy, why not go and take a look at that video? Well, that's it for the voiceover portion of this video. Let's have me jump on screen and talk about what's coming up in my next video. Take it away, me. Oh, hey, you're still here. 17 minutes is a long video. Well, thanks for sticking around, and hey, if you liked the video, definitely give it a thumbs up, and if you loved it, please subscribe. Thank you to all my subscribers. You're all amazing. I was gonna post a video thanking you all when we got to 100 subscribers, and before I could do so, we've already hit 200, so thank you all so much. I love all of you, and you're absolutely amazing. Also, thank you to everybody who has been commenting on my last couple of videos. All your comments have been very good, constructive, and overall very positive, and it's definitely made me want to keep making videos, so thank you all so much. Be sure to stay tuned for the next couple of videos. I recently went to New York with my buddy Ivan, and I've got a really awesome travel video coming, so get excited for that one. And also, yeah, I'm gonna make a video about the Pixel 2 XL's camera versus the Panasonic GH5. That's right, I actually think the camera is so good on the Pixel 2 that it stands a chance to go head to head with a camera like the GH5. So, super excited for that. Stay tuned, and yeah. So I post a lot of updates about the channel to social media, so be sure to check out my Twitter and Instagram. My Instagram game is definitely getting better, if I don't say so myself, and I do. Yeah, be sure to check those out. It's super fun. And yeah, that's it for me today, everybody. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. My other videos, I hit the light. And I have a travel video coming on it, and I keep hitting this light. I just keep doing that, you know? Like, it's so good. It's so good.